Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day here at tablemon. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're going to be taking a look at PALKIA, a variant that has a lot of versatility included. It does have the 4 Irida to be able to search for whatever you need, but it tries to reach some middle grounds with 2 custom catchers and 1 boss's orders. Has the space for the Echoing Horn, has a switching card in Escape Rope, has the 1 copy of Battle VIP Pass for when you're going second and you have an Irida in hand. We have the 4/3 line of PALKIA VSTAR, of course, with a subspace swell attack doing 60 damage plus 20 more for each benched Pokemon of your opponent, and then Star Portal allowing you to power up water energies to your other attackers. We have the full Intillion line with a 4/3/2/1 with a copy of Rare Candy, so that you can shady dealings on turn 2 and also possibly attack with it. We have Radiant Greninja as well, of course, with the Concealed Cards ability, where you may discard an energy and then you draw 2 cards, and then Moonlight Shuriken, you discard 2 energy from this Pokemon, and this attack does 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon, or 2 of your opponent's Pokemon, bench or active. And we have Manaphy, of course, to protect our bench in the mirror match. Now, as I mentioned, we have the 4 Irida engine, with a boss, with a Roxanne, with a Melanie, and with a Marnie, so versatility there. We have Quick Balls, we have Ultra Ball, we have Incense, we have Level Ball. So we basically have a little bit of everything, but we don't have a lot of everything as well, if you will. Only 1 Scoop Up Net, only 1 Choice Belt, the Pal Pad to recycle supporters, no Pokemon recovery, so it's the middle of the ground. This is somewhat close to what I played at Milwaukee Regional, and I definitely suffered there for having the last prize card was a specific card I needed, so I was running so many singles that ended up affecting me a little bit, but I would say that most of the time it ended up working out decently well. So let's jump into a ladder after a message from our sponsors and see how we do. If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it, and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Photon Store has all the latest sets and promos instantly delivered to your email. You can use tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Alrighty, so we are going second, and one thing I guess I didn't mention was the fact that I'm playing Capture Energy. Even though it doesn't help you pay for PALKIA's attack cost, it does offer an extra way to get a PALKIA on turn 1, and this is a really cool situation where we get to capture energy onto a Sobble, establish 2 PALKIAs, and then possibly fill up our bench as well with Keep Calling. We are up against the mirror match, and they start with the raw Battle VIP Pass. Actually, not the mirror match, but in fact, Ice Rider Calyrex. Want to start? Okay, double Choice Belt already for them. Alright, I do find the Irida as well, so I have a really good hand. However, against what my opponent currently has set up, it's less good for sure. So I'm going to use the bucket. I do want to attach energy. I priced 2 Sobbles. That's really sad. I did price 2 Sobbles, so basically I could completely fill up my bench here. Not so sure that's going to be worth it. Because if my opponent limits their bench, then I'm going to be in trouble. We definitely need double PALKIA here. I feel like double PALKIA with double Sobble is my ideal situation. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing here. So I'll get the PALKIA. And then I can Irida for the Greninja. So at this stage, they already have the Choice Belt. They need Boss, PALKIA Energy, and a full bench to knock out my PALKIA. Right? 160, 180, 200. Yeah, so if I encourage them to fill up their bench, that would be great. So if I play down the other Sobble, which I think I have to, Yeah, I think I have to. All right, I think I just keep calling here. Not ideal, for sure. It is what it is. Hopefully my Palkia doesn't go down. Hopefully they try to go for it and miss, and therefore they end up filling up their bench. If we end up losing our Sobble here, that's not much we can do about it. And wow, all right, so we see a dead draw here for my opponent. So now it's on us to take advantage of this particular situation now. All right, now we're talking. So now I don't have the possibility to knock out the Ice Rider Calyrex. I probably have the opportunity to use Radiant Greninja to damage the Calyrex and knock out the Bidoof. That could be worth it. We do have the Ultra Ball. I'm gonna grab Bucket. Oof. So is that the play though? Or do I just go after this Palkia? I mean, either way, I'm grabbing this, right, to draw extra cards. I guess depending on what I draw off of the Radiant Greninja is what I will end up doing. I'm using my ability this turn no matter what. So we're gonna go concealed cards on this. Okay. So I can go Drizzle for Ultra Ball, discard the two waters, and then do 90 to the Calyrex and KO the Bidoof, taking away for my opponent to draw out of this. At 210 HP, that should prove really easy for a Palkia to hit, so I think that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Ultra Ball off of this friend. Yep, we're gonna go ahead and grab the Ultra Ball. With the Ultra Ball, we will be grabbing the Palkia VSTAR, and that way I keep this Incense for either Inteleon or Drizzle next turn. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start Portal the 3 energies onto the Greninja. I probably could have knocked out the active, but I think this is a more impactful decision overall. And then I could even play down the Path to the Peak as well. Well, no, I saw them grab a Collapsed Stadium, which is a very weird inclusion in that deck in particular. But we'll do this. We have our 5 prize cards essentially right here. Taking away the potential for Bidoof to draw them cards, I think is pretty big. Could be pretty impactful in the later stages of the game. And there's the victory. Yep. All right. Well, unfortunate draw for my opponent. Let's jump into the next game. All right. Well, in this game too, we're now on the complete opposite end of the previous game, where our hand is not very good. My opponent's start is very good. And yeah. The Melanie doesn't really help us out in any way, shape, or form. So I'm gonna do this just to grab the Drizzle, and then I could attach the energy to Thin, but having the energy available in case I top the Quick Ball or Ultra Ball, and then being able to Melanie, I think it's worth it. Or even Radiant Greninja, right? But this will probably be a quick scoop from myself. Alright, well, there's the Arceus VSTAR. No Jolteon inside, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Jolteon being played right here. If I don't top deck something that will like allow me to play, there's no point in evolving and there's no point in benching mana. It just means I lose later rather than conceding and moving on to the next game. Which I think is something that not a lot of players do well enough, like conceding games that are definitely like impossible to win. They just like continue playing and they haven't lost yet, but they will lose eventually, right? Yeah. And I get criticized for this a lot, like, oh no, you don't finish games, oh no, you don't. It's like, in my mind, I've already played the full game and I already know I'm going to lose, so there's no point. It wastes my time, it wastes your time, and it wastes my opponent's. Alright, so in this next game, I printed Mulligan twice, and I saw Clara, Water Energies, and Raihan, so I'm actually not exactly sure what we're up against, and now it's the inactive Luminion. But this hand, to say this hand is good would be an understatement. Unfortunately, the Radiant Greninja is priced, otherwise I would have had access to even more cards, so I priced Radiant Greninja, a Palkia, and a Palkia VSTAR. So that is something to keep in mind for sure. Unfortunately, I will not be able to pressure with Radiant Greninja, but that's not the end of the world either. Okay, I think I'm just going to establish everything right here. I do want to check for the Sinnoh Temple of Sinnoh rather. It is available, so I can search for that if necessary to make sure I have my ability activated. And alright, double Palkia, double Soul. 2 energies in the discard pile, and an energy attachment, and energy in hand, and a follow-up supporter to guarantee that everything's flowing well. I don't think it gets better than this. Alright, so unfortunately, very bad hand for my opponent. I even have Rare Candy into Inteleon, which I don't think I'm going to do just yet. I'm going to do Shady Dealings for... I might actually end up doing the Rare Candy Inteleon, but I'm gonna grab Irida. The Irida grabs me this and the switching card. So right now I'm doing 140 damage. Right, so all I need is another basic Pokemon, or rather 2 basic Pokemon, in order to knock out the active. 140 or a choice belt. I'm gonna choose to go for the choice belt here. Yeah, I'm gonna choose to go for the choice belts, which I did see was available earlier. And then we have Rare Candy, Inteleon for whatever I need next turn. My math doesn't fail me, sometimes it does. If you've seen the Mewtwo Union video that I posted, you would know that sometimes my math can be very off. All right. All right. There's the quick ball. Not sure, like I said, what we're up against. Ooh, Raikou. Okay. Is that knockout? I only have... They will have 1 bench Pokemon. No, it's not knockout. Okay. Alright, so... This Rare Candy Inteleon should provide me with the KO, right? Now I need to do 200 damage. So the Echoing Horn top deck is just insane. I mean, I could have grabbed it, I guess. So now I get to grab the 2 cross switchers. No, just boss, right? Boss plus a basic. Well, that's it. That's all I need. That is all I need. So that, right now, that's 190 damage. However, with the Echoing Horn, that is a perfect knockout. Well, not perfect, right? Oh, wait. Oh, well, I didn't need to play that. Oops. Alright, so if I grab... See, the maths fails me sometimes. If I just grab Boss Plus Echoing Horn or Boss plus basic Pokemon, that was enough to get the knockout on the Raikou, so that's my bad. If they get another Raikou, and get a return KO, then I just get a return KO back with my ability, so we're in a pretty good spot. I don't think there's any way we lose this game at this stage. Okay, that's not super impactful. Alright, so I'm gonna discard the Greninja. Well, the Greninja could be useful. Definitely the Inteleon. The Greninja could be useful depending on what my opponent ends up benching. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Greninja for now. Because then they're forced to limit what they bench in terms of Sobbles or whatnot. And yeah, I was gonna say, there's a chance they scoop up net this, try to bench a Sobble down. I mean, I imagine it's so obvious that I can do that they won't be doing it. Beakavolt. Okay. Oh, attach for turn a water though. That's really bad. That is actually really bad. So now the escape rope will basically act as a boss's orders. Alright, so we're gonna do this. So the Pokemon that's harder to take down is the Beakavolt, I guess. 160, 140, 160, 180, 210. Okay, so that's knockout, right? That is knockout, if I'm not mistaken, by benching the Palkia. 140, 160, 180, 210. Yes. Hey, math is easy when you try. Alright, one more try. Alright, so as you can see, the versatility of the deck definitely paying off, I would say. And now we have another fantastic start, especially with that Sobble top deck. I'm gonna go ahead and attach. Attaching the capture energy to a Palkia means I will have to use my ability or a Melanie next turn. So I'm gonna grab the Sobble. I do have Radiant Greninja. I do have access to a Melanie. And I was gonna say, like, the versatility that this deck offers, like in the previous games where it has really worked out, and my top decks have been incredibly good, they can also come back to bite you, right? I could have easily had the boss prize, the horn prized, a piece of the cross switcher prized, the escape rope prized, which I think it is. Oh no, it's not right now. Okay, I do have Temple of Sinnoh and I do have Melanie, so I'm a bit more comfortable attaching the capture energy now. Do want to attach it to a Sobble, I think. And then I could get the Radiant Greninja and start establishing energies in the discard pile and getting more resources into my hand. Have a guaranteed Drizzle or potentially double Drizzle or potentially Drizzle into Inteleon as well next turn, which is really nice. And that's a really good combination of cards. So the energy on the Sobble also helps in potentially retreating instead of using the scoop up net. So it's just like, this is the dream, right? This is the Palkia dream. All right. This is the Palkia dream. All right, so we're up against a Palkia mirror match as well. I recognize the name. They're another player from Mexico. That's why I sent the friendly hello. Okay, so we're gonna see Aluminium 1, Palkia being down, potentially important. We're gonna see Aluminium for Irida for a bunch of stuff. they do need 2 Palkias down, right? Otherwise they could be in trouble. Do have the cross switcher already. Okay, they grab Bucket and Palkia, not the VIP pass. Which is a very peculiar choice, not gonna lie. Alright, they grab Manaphy to protect their bench from my Radiant Greninja. They do bench double Palkia. Alright, so pretty decent. Now the one issue I do see with their current setup is only 1 Sobble. So it's actually very enticing to go after this Sobble in particular. And they have already filled up their bench as well. So I kind of like this very much. So I'm going to start with a concealed cards. I'm going to use my ability. And I want to end the turn with a path to a peak in play to also stop the Radiant Greninja from drawing their cards and stop them from using their ability as well. Alright, so I just got more energies. So let me think this through. I want 1 more energy in the discard pile. I do want another Palkia. So I'm gonna grab Drizzle and a Quick Ball here. I'm definitely happy knocking out the Sobble. And then I don't want to fill up my bench though. So I just want to bench the Palkia. Yes, and then I do want to, well, if I fill up my bench, they did discard a V-Star. I really do want to have the path to a peak though in play, just to stop that guy. That's the only way my opponent draws cards next turn because of no Sobbles. So if I do this, grab the path, I'm not protecting my bench, but they do need a lot. If I grab the rare candy, I can get both the path and the Manaphy. Maybe that's better, like playing it safe. Right? Maybe that's actually better. I could just scoop up that. Yeah, you know what? I'll grab the path. And then I will grab the Manaphy. I've decided. Okay, I'm gonna use my ability first before I forget. Because I have been known to do that. If you've watched any of my videos in the last 7 years, you know that I do tend to make some silly mistakes. Alright, now we play the path. I could also just leave it here, right? I could also just do that. I don't think that's great. They get a knockout on my Palkia, then that means I'll be able to get a knockout on their Palkia, so I'm okay with doing that. Alright, let's just grab the Manaphy to protect my own friends. That's not a Manaphy, Pablo. Focus, focus. That happens a lot as well. I talk a lot, and then I end up making potentially crucial mistakes. Okay, I'm not gonna attach the energy, because if they go after the Palkia with a boss, then like that's not ideal, right? Alright, so they need, oh, okay, that probably means cross switcher with an Irida. Or a dead hand. Okay, it means a dead hand. Cool, 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 cool. So now I am most certainly going after a Palkia here. So let's grab you, and let's grab you. And now we go after, I mean, I'm also tempted to go after Sobble, because I know their hand is dead, right? So there is merit to going after a Sobble here. But I feel like I go after a Palkia, and then I have the way to get a knockout on their next V-Star. So like this comes down to my hand being super good, going first of course. But like I said, the versatility of this deck, having all these potential one-off pieces, etc. is really nice. I'm guessing that promotion means they have an Irida maybe, or they have a Drizzle for Irida. All right. See an attachment. See a Palkia. And we see a Roxanne. All right. That's also fair. So it should give them an attack. I do get Melanie to potentially draw more cards. They grab Drizzle. I mean, if you're looking to go into Inteleon next turn, it makes sense. Oh no, they actually got the V-Star. Okay. Alright. So here comes their return KO. This is potentially not good. Alright. So this is where they could possibly start making the comeback. Okay. That is a very good top deck. So this gets me Inteleon, which gets me Irida, or it could get Drizzle, which gets Irida. No, it's the same thing. No, it gets Drizzle, which gets Irida, and Irida gets Inteleon plus... Okay, I'm definitely playing this. That was a very good top deck. So Drizzle gets me Irida. Irida gets me a basic Palkia plus Incense, and then Incense gets me the Choice Belt plus a Bucket, because they don't have oh, they do have potential return KO here. I could grab Inteleon, and Inteleon grabs me... No, I need the knockout. I need the knockouts. Alright. Oh, I'm not super convinced about this. Alright, you know what? No, yes. Let's grab you. Okay. So I do need another basic Pokemon as well. Alright, so this gets me Irida. I will have to pay the retreat cost. So Irida gets me you and gets me the bucket. No, I said it gets me you and it gets me you. And then the Inteleon gets me bucket plus choice belt. And if my opponent gets return KO, I will be in trouble. So I didn't know I was going to top deck the Ultra Ball, of course. Otherwise I would have just promoted the Palkia. I would have had an energy attachment on this Palkia instead of 0 energies in play. But okay, so I get to prize cards. I believe one Shady Dealings Inteleon is prized, so I have a good chance at finding it right here, and there it is. So that doesn't really help me, though. What doesn't really help me here, because I'm out my escape rope, I'm out my... Oh wait, no, it does help me. I have boss, right? Yeah, so I'm getting my hand, I'm sticking with my hand. I have boss, and so that capture energy that I attached on turn 1 will actually end up winning me the game. Yeah, and not evolving to that one, and then scoop up netting, losing that energy. Now I just grab boss, and it's game. Yeah. now I just grab boss, and that is game. So my opponent does get return KO, so really impressive potential comeback from my opponent. But that extra turn that I got, that extra prize that I got, ends up making all the difference. If I'd knocked out Sobol, I would have not only prevented a Roxanne, but also I would have prevented a potential Drizzle. So perhaps, like, I should have read the Luminion bait for the Roxanne, and I could have done something a little bit more different. Or I can just top deck the boss. That works. I was going to search for it though, but that works too. All right, GG. Helvig deck flowed really well for the most part. This late game could have been a little tricky. My opponent played really well. I should have read into Roxanne bait better. Just gone after the Sobol again to continue to stop Drizzle, and then afterwards probably would have been in a better spot since I would have been able to keep my hand at that point. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. Really good showcase of Palkia here. Really good potential games, and also really good show off of how, like, the versatility of this list is really good, but you can also be hurt by it sometimes. So it's not all unicorns and roses as we saw in this video. All right, bye bye.